Come one, come all, because a new Gong-gi set has arrived on my doorstep. Bars. But I'm gonna go ahead and slap a little asterisk on this because I do believe this is the cheap 3D printed knockoff that I was warned not to buy. And if you're saying, why'd you buy something that you were warned not to buy? We'll get into that, okay? Just know that your boy is out here in the trenches, okay? Putting his wallet on the line to make sure that you have a quality Gong-gi experience. So let's get into it. What we got right here is $10, give or take, round it up. $10 for a set of 5 pieces. Squid Game colored, Squid Game symbols, Squid Game design, which is great. Got a little mini Ziploc bag with a hollow backing on it. Get a little fancy, get a little flash. Keep them all together, nice portability, fits in your pocket, all that's well and good. You know what it doesn't have though? Doesn't have this nice little wooden tray that you can put the pieces in to put on like display and stuff like that, which is one of the pictures that was with the item on Amazon. It was one of the reasons why I was so geeked to get this set, because I wanted that little wooden tray. So the fact that there is no little wooden tray has got me feeling a certain way. Bars. I'm gonna stop now. But still, I'm a little pissed about that. Not gonna lie. So shame on you, EXP Koi, for taking advantage of me. They have since taken down this item, so I would assume that they've pissed off one too many customers with their shoddy products. So at least they did that. Now, if you're watching this video and you see me showing them off and everything, and you're all like, I don't get what the problem is. Like, they look great. They look exactly like they do in the show. Well, you know, looks can be a little deceiving now, can't they? Kind of like the little picture of that wooden tray that I wanted. So, when we're talking about comparing them to the show, I notice it. Like, if you look close enough, I don't know if the camera's adding on 10 pounds to these pieces or not, but they look a little bigger in the show. They look a little more rounder. They sound more solid. Like when you pay attention to how they shoot them on the tray, they don't scatter around as much. They got a nice little type of thud to them when they're like hitting the tray or like landing in people's hands when they got a handful of them and stuff like that. So, there are some slight differences that you'll notice if you look and listen close enough. These pieces that I have in my possession, if I compare them to my Lounge pieces, they're pretty much the same size, at least like radius wise. If you hold them side to side together, you'll see that the Squid Game pieces are a little taller than the Lounge pieces, but for the most part, they're the same size. I don't know what material is used for the pieces that they made in the show, but I think the material used to make these pieces that I have to be like a PVC plastic because they are light. They are really, really light. The best way I could explain it is they're lighter than dice, okay? That's light, and that throws off a lot. Like with the Lounge pieces, the size threw me off because when I first started playing, I was using rocks and dice to play, right? So when I got the Lounge pieces and they're a little smaller than those, it threw me off a little bit, but I've been getting better through practice and repetitious play. All right. These pieces, same size as the Lounge pieces, but really, really light. When you get into that 5th stage where you got to do that backside 5 catch, gonna be really hard to accomplish that. I almost did it once and the piece like slid off, because it affects it. It affects how you toss it. Like when I toss them in the air, sometimes I under toss, sometimes I over toss. A lot of times the toss like goes in a direction that I didn't toss it into, just because I can't like get a grasp on the weight of the pieces. When I have like a grip of them in my hands and I think I got full control of them, I toss one piece and the next thing you know, another piece like drops out the bottom of my hand or like shoots out the top of my hand with the one that I already tossed. Okay. So like the weight is really throwing me off and the lack thereof. But since they are made out of like a little PVC plastic material, they are durable somewhat. You know, like as far as I thought there'd be a lot more like nicks and scratches, or at least like full on cracks, just due to how I handle the pieces, especially in that fourth stage when I slam them down. But there is a little cap that pops off of them. So like the way it's constructed is like the majority of the piece is like the base, but then like in the bottom of it, they got it hollowed out a little bit, and you kind of like pop the cap onto it to make the full piece. And that cap pops off a lot. And if you're thinking, well, that's probably because you're playing on like a hard tile floor. Nah, bruh. It happens on the carpet too. Okay. In fact, that was where it first happened, was on the carpet. And I'm like, damn. I'm playing on the carpet because when I originally got them, and I felt how light they were and how like flimsy they felt, I was like, I need to play with these on like some soft padding here, because I feel like if I play this on the hard floor, like they're just gonna like disintegrate like on impact. You know what I mean? But like it's the carpet that started this whole mess. So there's that. Now the sound is alright. You know, there's a little bit of a pop. There's a little crackle here and there. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's because of like the size of them or the material that was used, but like there's some sound. It's not as satisfying as like dice or what I hear on the show, but like it's there. It could be better, but it's there. But that probably also has to do with the weight as well. Like I feel like if there was a more dense material used, like that the sound could be a lot better, a lot more crisp, you know. But there's a little bit of a sound there. With all that said, overall, going on the 5-point scale, I give this 2 out of 5 stars. Just because I do like the theme. I like the Squid Game theme. I like the bold colors. I like the symbols on there. I like the cog design. Like I like all that. At the very least, it's a good replica. And that gets into the question of, why didn't I cancel this order when I was warned not to buy these? See, the thing is that I ordered these December 30th. Around that time, there was a lot of like different Gong-gi sets to purchase. None of them had 2-day shipping, and I wanted these things like as soon as possible because I wanted to like play the game. You know, I was tired of using rocks and tired of using dice, so like I ordered them along with a bunch of other different sets. Weeks after I had placed this order, that's when I started running into the videos of people warning about not to get these. These are 3D printed. They're not even the right size. You know, they don't have no weight to them and stuff like that. And at that time, like I had so many different sets ordered and waiting to be delivered that I was just like, at the very least, these will just be nice for a display piece on my desk, which is why I'm so pissed about that wooden tray not being delivered with it. You know, that false advertisement, you bastards. But yeah, I figured it would be at least a good display, you know, along, you know, and then I'll get like my other sets and like play an authentic game with those, right? So that was why I didn't cancel the order. I saw the warning weeks after, and at that point I was just like, it is what it is. Like just leave it. It's just another set to just show off, or at the very least have an emergency set. Because let's be honest, maybe this is just my American ignorance talking here, but you can play the damn game with any small object, okay? This is coming from the guy that used tater tots, for Christ's sake, all right? So like you can still play the game with them. It's just that it's not gonna be an authentic experience due to the lack of weight that these pieces have. And you know what? I'll go ahead and end it on this. You 3D printers out there, here's the thing. I'm not even gonna knock the hustle, because I'm gonna be honest with you. If I had a 3D printer, I would have did the same exact thing. But I would have done a little research and at least like hollowed out the base piece and put some type of weight in there, even like if it was sand or something, okay, and then glued that little cap on so we ain't gotta worry about it popping off, and we would have been copacetic. You know what I'm saying? So I would throw that out there to you 3D printers. Like if you're gonna keep going forward with this, I mean, at least put the work in to make them actual pieces, okay? And y'all got to step your game up, because now the world is starting to catch on. You know, it took a lot longer than I expected it to, but I'm starting to see a lot more sets with 2-day shipping. I've even seen a set where they have the brand official like Squid Game Gong-gi, and stuff, and you know they got the pieces. I still see reviews on those though where people say they're a lot lighter than what they expected, so like be cognizant of that. But there's a lot more like companies out there that are starting to get wind to what's going on, and they're starting to put that 2-day shipping on there, which is great, you know. And they're still selling them for anywhere from like $8 to $12, and there's some that are giving you like way more than just 5 pieces. There's some out there for like $12 to $15, and they're giving you like 3 sets of like 8 pieces, which is crazy. You know what I'm saying? So y'all gotta step your game up out there, 3D printers, because the competition is here. All right. But I'll leave it at that. But yeah, that's it. That's all we got. That's what I'm gonna leave off with, and then I'll see you guys on the next one.